Good Erev Shabbos, everybody. This Shabbat, Parashat Yitro, that's better. This Shabbat, Parashat Yitro, as we receive the Torah, we receive the mitzvah of Shabbat. And there's so much to glean about the challenge and the blessing of Shabbat. So often when I sit with pre-bar and bat mitzvah kids, they tell me that Shabbat and holidays is the thing they love the most about being Jewish. And that Shabbat observance, sometimes putting aside technology, is one of the greatest challenges of being Jewish and of a life of Torah and mitzvot. And so I'm taking this to heart as I look at the beautiful language of the Aseret HaDvarim, of God's 10 utterances of the 10 commandments in the mitzvah of Shabbat. Zachor et yom HaShabbat lekadesho, sheshet yamim ta'avod v'asita kol melachtecha, v'yom hashvi'i Shabbat laHashem Elokecha. Remember the Shabbat, to sanctify it, to set it apart, and make it distinct. You should work for 6 days doing all of your labor, and on the 7th day, it is a Shabbat to the Lord your God. And the Midrash famously asks about the words, Asita kol melachtecha, do all of your work. Can a person really get all of their work done in those 6 days? Maybe they mean all of their life's work, or maybe they mean all of the work we hoped to get done in those 6 days. Is it even possible? And the answer is no. We always have more we wanted to get done in the work week when Shabbat approaches. And says the Midrash, the teaching of Asita kol melachtecha is when Shabbat enters, we should strive to feel that kol melachtecha asuya, all of our work has been done. Leaving aside whatever was weighing on us, whatever from the work week was lingering, when Shabbat comes, we want to feel as though all of our work has been done. It's a challenge, but of course anyone who's experienced the beauty of Shabbat knows to do it is a gift, to be able to be freed from the onslaught of the work week and let it go and be present with God, with family, with community for a day. And in light of it, it made me think about perhaps a rereading of this pasuk that I never thought about before. Normally we understand the pasuk to be making a strong distinction between the 6 days of the work week which are for us and Shabbat which is for God. But what if that phrase, laHashem Elokecha, at the end speaks to both? In which case we read it as follows, Sheshet yamim ta'avod v'asita kol melachtecha v'yom hashvi'i Shabbat laHashem Elokecha. 6 days of the week you should work and do all of your work, and the Shabbat, both of those things are laHashem Elokecha, for the Lord your God. The days of the week of work, those 6 days, are not just our work. It's work in service of God. And Shabbat too is work in service of God. And when we think about what it means to work and to rest in service of God, it's both that connection vertically to our Creator, but I think as well, profoundly, it's that connection laterally, horizontally. What it means to serve God in so many ways is to connect to the Tzelem Elokim in the person next to us, to reach out, see the divinity in the humanity of all our fellow human creations, so that every day of the week our work is for God because it is in service of others, and on Shabbat our rest is for God because it is in connection with one another. And so in a week of staggering, utterly staggering, devastating loss in the earthquakes in Turkey and Syria, and in a smaller but real way, a week and a half in which our Bayit suffered so many difficult losses, tragic losses or losses of loved ones after a full life whom we deeply miss. I offer the tefillah that this Shabbat bring some inner peace, bring an appreciation that our work is never fully done, but that Shabbat gives us the opportunity to try to find a little respite. And that as we pick up the week again and return again to Shabbat, we find that its being in service of God means that it's also in service of the connection to one another. So may we reach out and offer our financial support however we can to the relief efforts taking place in Turkey and Syria, to offer comfort to the bereaved far from here and close to home, in Medinat Yisrael, where there was a terror attack just this morning, offering comfort to all those who need our tefillot and our comfort, and praying for peace. Shabbat Shalom.